1914. What a great world. New technology, new medicine, great economies. Best of all, there hasn't been a giant conflict for years, but that won't last for long. Austria-Hungary's Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife decided to take a trip to Sarajevo in now Bosnia and Herzegovina, with his route publicly addressed. A great idea. When he and his wife arrived at the city, an assassin threw a bomb at his car, but they missed, hitting and injuring 2 officers. Franz Ferdinand goes into hiding, then comes out of it to visit the officers at the hospital. The driver makes a wrong turn, and ends up right next to Gavrilo Princip, who assassinates him and his wife. Austria is understandably infuriated, and since Gavrilo was a Serbian nationalist, they think that Serbia organized this assassination, which they might have. So Austria-Hungary sends an impossible ultimatum, and when Serbia refused, Austria declared war. World War I, or the Great War as it was originally called, had started. Austria's ally, Germany, heavily supported them in their war, and so joined in on their side. The only problem with that was that Serbia was allied with Russia and Russia was allied with France, so the Franco-Russian alliance declared war on Austria and Germany. Montenegro also joined in against the Germans, but the German Empire had a plan. Since the French had made heavy defenses at their Franco-German border, their smart plan was to invade Belgium and reach Paris. Germany started its invasion of Belgium, doing atrocities such as the burning of La Havane. You see, however, Belgium was neutral, and the nearby Britain did not like nearby countries invading neutral countries, so Britain declared war on Germany, a big no-no. With British entry into the war, Russia is ready, earlier than the Germans expected, so they make Austria-Hungary fight them. However, the Russians push into Austria a lot, making Germany remove some troops from France east to defend Austria. In the north, though, Germany successfully invades the Baltic region of Russia and takes the Russian Second Army. Back in France, Germany nears Paris and the war, after only a few months, already seems over. However, in the Battle of the Marne, a gap opens up, causing the Germans to be flanked by the British and French, causing them to retreat. The Germans, in defense, set up trenches, and the Allies do the same. Trench warfare has started. The Allies has men from its colonies and dominions, and Britain had started a naval blockade in the North Sea, starving the Germans. There were also new combatants into the war, like Japan and Italy joining on the Allies' side. The Ottoman Empire joined on the Central Powers side. The Ottoman attacked Russia, but froze in the Georgian mountains. They also tried to take the British Suez Canal, but that failed. Due to the Ottoman failures, they blamed the Armenians for their losses, and killed 1.5 million of them. Meanwhile, Germany, knowing that the Allies had more men, decided to break the earlier Hague Conference, and start bombing Britain's cities. They also attacked the Allied trenches with chlorine gas, killing thousands. They also used submarine warfare to destroy civilian ships, killing many Americans, making them think about their neutrality. Bulgaria joined the Central Powers, and with Austria and Germany, they knocked out Serbia. Portugal had joined the Allies because they had allied with Britain earlier. Also, the only sea battle of the war, the Battle of Jutland, happened. Many ships that cost millions were damaged, so they decided to not do that again. The Germans decided to attack Verdun, and the French defended it fiercely, making thousands die. The British, trying to help the French make Germany distracted, started a battle with the Germans known as the Battle of the Somme, the deadliest battle of the war. The British also used tanks for the first time. The battle started on July 1st, 1916. It would kill more than 300,000 people. In the east, Russia was getting pushed further and further east, but they decided to start a huge offensive known as the Brusilov Offensive. It went well until they ran out of supplies. Around this time, Romania decided to join the Allies, and then they got absolutely destroyed. Greece also joined in on the Allies' side. With help from the Allies, they began an offensive into Serbia. Very close. At the Ottoman Empire, Russia was invading them from the north. The British had also made a landing in Mesopotamia. A new offensive called for all-out desert warfare. This offensive was led by this man, Thomas Edward Lawrence, who helped Arab tribes revolt against the Ottomans. The year is 1917, and everyone was exhausted. In Russia, protests and riots against the monarchy there turned into a full revolution, which saw the end of Tsar rule in Russia. The first communist nation was born. Russia pulled out of the war, which made Germany happy. However, there was still a problem. The US looked like it was going to join the war, and with them trading weapons, they had grown a huge economy, dangerous to the weak German one. They decided to send a telegram to Mexico, providing them an alliance and weapons if they attacked the US. Unfortunately for the Germans, the British intercepted it and showed it to the US. The United States had officially joined World War I. Germany decided to attack Western Europe one more time. They hit hard at the Somme, and made the Allies retreat. They did it again, then again, and again. For every hit, Germans were losing resources, and the Allies were getting better at repelling it. With more US troops arriving, the Allies launched a counterattack, and that was it. The Central Powers were quickly collapsing. Bulgaria collapsed, then the Ottoman Empire, then Austria-Hungary. Then on November 11, 1918, at 11 a.m., Germany surrendered, and World War I officially ended. In the Treaty of Versailles, Germany was forced to reduce its military, accept the guilt and pay war reparations, making their weak economy even weaker. After 4 years of war, 20 million people deaths, war was stopped, and it never happened again, at least until 1939.